Hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm happy to have you. My name is Brendan, and today I'm going to go over my Neo trade from this morning. Got a good day trade off of Neo. I will go over my entry, my exits, my thought process, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and kick off this intro and get into the trade. All right, so my trade today, Neo. Very good trade. I left some money on the table, and that's okay because of few things, market condition, and a lot of it had to do with my technical analysis and resistance. And the way this market is, anything could happen to these stocks. Especially when they're having a hard time finding direction. A catalyst news report big enough can completely flip stocks for the day. So I am being more careful. I'm doing quicker day trades. I'm not holding them. I'm not trying to bag hold and squeeze out as the most money as I possibly can, but at the same time, I did leave money on the table today, but it is what it is. It was still a really good trade, and you can't be, you got to be grateful for what you can get, especially when it's during strange times. So Neo, usually, like I think I've said this before, but this isn't my usual view. This is what I'm looking at when the market begins its day. I'll have something that I'm comfortable with trading with, that I usually trade. Oftentimes I have AMD here or Apple here or maybe Microsoft or Uber, and then I'll just fill in the rest with some tickers that just look good. Uber, Lyft, Baba, Boeing, Roku, SQ, so on and so forth. And Neo was the one that jumped out at me. It was like over here. And I was like, you know what? Neo's forming a pretty solid candle in these first 5 minutes. So what I do is I'll grab two that look good from this chart, and I'll go ahead and throw it in my active trader. I'll have like Neo up here and Apple or something down here, and whatever option I feel that the stock is going towards. I originally let's go back to a bigger chart. So I originally had puts ready for Neo this morning. I felt that Neo was bearish. It was ready to make a drawdown. I was ready to go on puts. Now, first things first, the first 5 minutes of the market day is a no trade. Okay. Every once in a while I break my own rule, and it doesn't actually turn out to it hasn't recently been the best for me. Every time I break this rule, it doesn't really go my way. But today, hey, first 5 minutes, don't trade. Let this step get built before you try to climb the stairs, right? Before you try to climb a staircase, let the first step get built before you make any decisions. So let those first 5 minutes go by. I don't think I once saw a trader, say that they broke their trading rule and they traded during the first 15 minutes of the market open, as saying that they weren't supposed to place any trades for 15 minutes while the market opened. And I think that is, me personally, I think that's a bit of a mistake. Trading the open can be very beneficial. Millions of traders do it. If you're trading on a 15-minute chart, okay, yeah, let the first 15 minutes go by. Don't trade for 15 minutes. If you're going to trade on the 15-minute chart, you've got no data. Let me go ahead and just throw that up here. I know I'm going on a bit of a rant. I'll get into the trade, I promise. But so here's a 15-minute chart. Yeah, let the first 15 minutes go by, obviously. Let me just make sure, yeah. So that's a 15-minute chart. if you're going to let the first 15 minutes go by without trading, then you better be on a 15-minute chart. And that's just my opinion, because you don't know what's happening yet until this candle closes. So yeah, wait the first 15 minutes. But if you're a 5-minute chart trader who pairs it with the 1 minute or 2 minute, don't wait 15 minutes, if you don't have to. 5, 10, 15. Now, like if I had waited 15 minutes on NIO, I've already missed some of the move. Okay. We've already got to move up, and I'm sitting out. Who's to say that this would continue up? All it takes is for one report. 15 minutes have gone by. I get in on NIO up here, and big news comes out, or we've got this resistance right here, that big resistance white line right here, and I'm getting in or something. Donald Trump tweets something, and this thing reverses. It's not impossible. So if you're gonna trade if you're a 5-minute chart trader, 2-minute chart trader, you don't have to wait till the first 15 minutes go by. Definitely let your steps build. Let the first candle go. Get a step in there before you start building a next step. But yeah, that's my thing. Let the first 5 minutes go by. Oh, I'm a 2-minute chart trader. Cool. Let the first pardon the bell. Let the first 2 minutes go by. Cool. Okay. Now let's get into the trade here. A couple things. NIO was very bearish for the first 5 minutes, and I was ready to go short. I still have it marked off. This pre-market low, that white line marked off. We've got some pre-market highs here where we hit, reversed. We hit and reversed on the same level. Cool. That's an area of resistance. Go ahead and have that marked off. And then I've got this one here. This is from a previous day of strong, where it's reversed very strongly. NIO was experiencing higher highs, higher lows, and it hit an area where it didn't continue, right? It didn't continue on. It dropped, and then we saw lower highs and lower lows. So that was a strong area of resistance for me. I went ahead and marked that off to have it ready for this morning. Let's go ahead and go back. Now, NIO, like I said, I was ready for short. Didn't happen. If it had broken the low of that first red bar, if this first red bar's low right there had got taken out by this next one, I'm going short, and I'm ready. We're not too oversold. We've got, some space to draw down. I was ready to go short. What happened instead was NIO immediately just started coming up. And I had to go. I went back into the options chain. I grabbed a call option, and I'm like, this thing looks like it wants to reverse. I'm looking at the rest of the market too. A couple other stocks reversing. SPY's candle at the time was also going green. What else? I had another I got all types of confirmations. At the time, it's not right now because I think this red candle affected it, but at the time, my 9-day was crossing the VWAP. My VWAP is that purple line. So my 9 EMA was also sort of crossing as this candle was coming up. So I hit this thing, right? Majority of this candle is red. We got, yes, there's wicks in there, but majority of that is red. And I'm like, if this green takes out the open, just the open of that red candle right there, boom, I'm going in. And I did. I hit it. I went in, calls. And also something else I noticed, if you take a look over here at the 2-minute chart, these first 3 candles. So for the first 2 minutes of the market, NIO kind of experienced a little bit of uncertainty. It drew down some more, but buyers came in and kicked it back up because of this bottoming tail. And then it tried it again. It tried to come back down again, and the buyers stepped in. So now we've got a little bit of a boom, a little bit of a trend here, a little bit of a flag pattern. And then we just have the breakout, and the next candle just goes, and that's when I'm in. Now, if you look at this tail here, you can see that price kind of pulled back a little bit. I actually got in more calls on that pullback. So I got in here, it went up and came back down a little bit more. Okay, let me go ahead and throw some more orders at it. Boom, boom. I got in at a cheaper price on my second entry for NIO. We are above VWAP. We are above the 9-day. We have a bull 180 formed now, which is when you experience, I call this a bull 180, when you have a full thick red bar like you see here, and it gets completely eliminated by green, that's a bull 180. It could be the same thing for red candles. Like here's somewhat of a bear 180, these two candles right there. So we have a bull 180, and I'm not waiting for it to take out this high. If it can just take out this open, that's good enough for me. Stop loss, where's my stop loss at? Not a percentage, not a price number. It's technical. This is my stop loss. So you have to know how much money you're putting in to understand that if this thing drops $1, 50 cents, how much am I going to lose? Have a P&L, an active P&L set, so you can understand how much money you could make, how much money you could lose. So stop loss down here. We get a bull 180. Boom. I'm in calls. And then I wait. Couple things. So I've got this area of resistance marked off. I understand that, and I took the trade anyway, but that's the risk I'm taking. I feel that with this bull 180 so strong and volume starting to kick in, that this is just going to continue the trend. If we get a close above VWAP, everything is telling me that NIO wants to take off. I understand that there is a line of resistance. That's okay, because if it resists, I'll just put my stop loss there. NIO opens here, and it just, like a beast, it just keeps going and going and going. Now, once the move on my trade is starting to, go my way, I am no longer looking at the 5-minute. I want to start looking at the 2-minute now and see what the smaller candles inside of this 5-minute is doing. So strong candle, good. Now I'm starting to see some uncertainty with this doji type candle, or this spinning top candle. Now I'm seeing some uncertainty because it's not technically like this candle where it's just powerful drive to the top, right? It kind of just hiccups and it goes, okay, I didn't know what to do for these 2 minutes. I'm kind of just chilling. Still made a tiny move up. Cool. So I kept my eye on it, didn't panic. I just waited. And then this next candle opens and tests our first or our second line of resistance here. And I'm still in the trade. I want to see maybe if this thing breaks through. Does it need to take a breather because we've experienced all this bullishness? What's going to happen here? So I wait for this next candle, and it makes a move up. And it took some time. It was a little slow, and it makes a move up. I take some profits because of how slowly it moved up. I go ahead and take some. And the second I see red, I just went ahead and closed it. We're topped out at that time. RSI, we're topped out. We're overbought. I said, you know what? Good time to go ahead and take profits. And I mean, just right at the top of this trade, I exited my trade on NIO. Now, yes, why didn't I hold? Look at how great it did. I trust me, I know how great this stock did after I exited. That's just my trading plan. I don't want to get caught in greed, and then next thing you know, I'm in a reversal. This thing completely turns on me, and I've lost the entire trade when I shouldn't have. So yeah, it does. It has a pullback to the 9-day, to the 9 EMA on the 2-minute. Something you can do that I usually do, okay, green takes out red here, boom, and go long. Or you can do it based on this level of resistance. If green closes over it, you get a green that closes over it. Maybe you can go long on this candle or long on that candle for a re-entry. But you know, like I said before, I had factors. It's Thursday. I'm in a weekly option. I don't like holding these trades too long in this type of market, and it is what it is. But I will take this move any day. Beautiful move. Long here. Boom. Tiny little drawback. Add some more. Boom. Boom. Out right at the top. All right. So I got in around 45 and a half, exited over 46 and a half, 46.75 ish area. That's a really good trade. Really good trade. And this thing just moved like a beast after I got out. But that is the name of the trade. Know your levels of resistance. Know what the candles inside a candle are doing. You see that buying pressure, these bottoming tails. NIO is hesitating on the 2-minute. Boom, bull 180. Get in, boom. That's my trade today. 37% return. I will actually put a screenshot of my order ticket. I only traded NIO today. I'll put it right here. Boom, screenshot right there of NIO. The time I placed the trade is the 10-minute trade today. So pretty impressive. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time.